Well, guys, when we said we were coming to Nannings next, everyone commented and said there's one man that you have to meet when you come here. Welcome to Alan and Shannon.
Welcome to Nannings, guys. So I met these two here this afternoon. They got a hold of me through Facebook, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And then we got to be WeChat friends, and now we're out making a video together on the streets of Nannings. We were going to be on e-bikes, but they decided that it was too dangerous. Oh, yeah.
Stop exposing us.
Oh, geez, you'll never live it down. I'm telling you, this is the only way to get around a place like Nannings is on e-bikes. And you can do it with one hand in a beer or one hand in the camera. Or a brand. What do you mean, brandy? What are you talking about? See, giving away my trade secrets, like as if everybody didn't know that already. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're at a shopping mall here. The Walmart shopping mall by Ho Chi Minh, where I live, but everything's closed down today except for some places where their bosses are assholes and make them work up to the very minute of the New Year holiday, because today is the 9th of February and tomorrow is New Year's Day. So this is New Year's Eve, and in China this is the biggest holiday of the year, and that's why I'm drinking brandy on the streets.
So we're with Gweilo 60, and now for the benefit of anyone outside China watching this, tell us what the username means.
It's basically a derogatory term in Cantonese. It means old white ghost, but it's a derogatory. It's like calling a white guy a cracker. You know what I mean? So I picked the name because I knew that it would get attention.
Yeah.
And it basically did. For the first 3 or 4 years doing videos, most people wouldn't call me Gweilo because they figured it was impolite. Now everybody calls me Gweilo. So well, I've softened the meaning of the word, I guess.
Yeah.
At least
took the stigma away from it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I am Gweilo. Even my wife called me Gweilo.
Yeah.
You know. Oh yeah. And Pan Pan.
name.
Yeah. The first time I ever did an interview from a media outlet was China Daily, and Pan Pan was this girl that was doing the interview, and she would not. I don't think she's ever called me Gweilo.
Really?
Because she just couldn't do it. It would be like swearing, and she's not the type of girl to do that. So yeah, there's still that stigma out there on the word, but
you're breaking it down.
well, it's either that or it fits me better than it fits anybody else. You know what I mean? So it's the way it is.
What is this beer called?
Wusu.
Wusu.
I've actually not tried this one yet.
One side's right side up, the other side's upside down.
Oh yeah. That's kind of cool.
This is how you start off the night, and this is how you end the night.
I think that probably is why it's like that.
So you've lived here for 20 years. What first brought you?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. What first brought you to China? Was it work? Was it a new?
My wife brought me here.
Your wife brought you here.
Yeah, she said you have to. Well, no, she didn't say have to. She actually wanted to live in Canada, but her mom and dad were living in a really poor old place, so we bought them a home. Started in Beihai. And then they Beihai right down on the South China Sea. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours south of here. But the whole family sort of ganged up on me and they said, we're from Nannings originally. We don't want to live in Beihai. We want to live in the capital city of Guangxi Autonomous Region. So I was outnumbered 3-1, 4-1 actually.
All women?
No, 2 guys and 2 girls. But it was enough. So I had to sell my place in Beihai, and we bought this place in 2007.
Okay.
So like 17 years ago.
And the city's changed a lot since then?
Oh, there was no high-rises back then.
Was there a metro or anything
No
like
metro,
that?
nothing, no subway. We had old gas buses, not even diesel buses.
Wow.
Jeez.
So, and it took an hour to go from one side of the city to the other. Sure, it was only 1 RMB, but it took an hour. And now you go from one end to the other, it takes 5 RMB and takes you maybe 15-20 minutes tops.
It's crazy.
It's nice. We've got 5 metro stations, maybe 6 coming up. The 6th one, I think they're building right now. We've got we've got an international airport now, where before in 2003, no international airport. It looked like the Prince Albert, Saskatchewan airport. There wasn't a lot, but there was only 3 million people back then.
And how many is there now?
They don't know. It's between 8 and 9 million.
8 and 9.
So it's like
Is
tripled.
it just like
Massive
constantly going up, the
urbanization.
population for each city? Because it's not always accurate, is it? Like each year, like it's
Well,
always
but
like an estimate,
How,
isn't it?
how do you do a consensus on a city that grows at 500,000 people a year? And
Wow.
so they have massive urbanization going on,
Yeah.
especially in this area, because Guangxi Autonomous Region is one of the poorest provinces. It's not a province, it's an autonomous region because they've got the Zhang minority here. So it's an autonomous region, so it gets special treatment. But the urbanization here is, I think, on a scale not seen anywhere else in China. It's crazy.
And people move here for jobs.
They move here for better jobs, better education, better health care, an easier life. You've got subways. You don't need to buy a car. You know, the educational institutions are way better here than they are in the rural areas. There's still not a lot of opportunity in places like Bobai and Yulin, you know, farming communities and such.
Yeah.
Either you're a farmer, a mechanic, or you move to the city.
Okay, like business and stuff.
So you make your choice.
They have beer everywhere, though.
Everyone can afford beer.
So this is like home for you now.
This is home. Yeah. 3 months ago, when my wife passed away, I sold everything in Canada. When I came here, I had a little carry-on. That's it. That's all
Really?
I brought with me, and it was camera gear and Weifang's ashes. Seriously, that's all I brought.
Everything.
That's everything you need.
Well, because we had a home in Canada and a home here
Yeah.
in Nanning, so I have all my clothes, all my everything that I need to live here in Nanning too. So why bring extra
There's
stuff
enough.
from it? So yeah, everything went to either the Sally Ann, thrift stores, whatever, and sold the house. Actually, I sold my house in 1 week. It was gone.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah. So we lived on Vancouver Island, not a lot of places for sale, and I underpriced it by about $20,000, and bang, it was gone.
Someone
Straight
snatched
gone.
it up.
Oh yeah, exactly. So that was good. So yeah, I live here full time now. I don't want to move anywhere else.
No.
No. And I can travel, like I can go to Singapore for 150 Canadian dollars,
Yeah.
or I can go to Metro Manila. It's I think $105
Yeah, the flights are
Canadian.
quite
Very, very cheap.
reasonable.
You know, I can be in Siem Reap, Cambodia, or I can be in Pattaya, Thailand, or Bangkok, or within a couple hours.
Yeah, you can have like tropical
Yeah.
beach or big
Desert
mega
or-
city or desert. Yeah.
Mega city, or
Skiing, whatever you
well,
want.
that's just it. You know,
Yeah.
you can end up in Xi'an at the Terracotta Warriors in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can end up in Metro Manila or Cebu in 2 hours. You can be in.
There's nothing.
Well, that's just it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
And then you go hit a hotel in any of these countries. It's like, what are you paying? £6, 60 RMB
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
China. Well, that's I don't know.
Your
That's
rent for
like
the year?
$12, $15. You know,
Which is nothing.
Well, it isn't.
It's nothing.
That's a bowl of soup.
That's almost that one beer in Glasgow. One of these in
One
Glasgow.
beer in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So life is inexpensive here.
Yeah.
I'd say cheap, but I tried using the word cheap once, and everybody came back. We're not cheap.
Affordable.
Affordable.
Yeah.
Now there's another word. I should write that down.
Your money goes a lot further here.
Yeah. Interesting question. Did you ever struggle with the Chinese cuisine when you first started?
Oh,
coming
definitely.
here?
To begin with, I
But
couldn't eat
can you
anything.
eat anything now?
Anything. I look at any meat product as just protein.
What about snails? I saw a lot of
Oh,
snails in
snails.
Nanning.
Well, losafun. You were asking me about losafun. Well, that's my favorite soup.
Is it?
Snail soup. Yeah. And people said, "Oh, you won't like it because the bamboo, the fermented bamboo, tastes like."
Yeah, we've heard it's very smelly, but tasty.
But no, it tastes good, and it smells good to me. So like, no, I like that. There are some things like turtle soup I really don't like. A lot of the fish that they cook here is very fishy.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
bones in it as well.
bones in it, but it's got a really heavy fish smell.
Yeah.
So my wife was like that. She liked the really fishy smelling stuff. So I didn't. So I don't like that. But other than that, yeah.
What's the strangest thing you have eaten in your whole time in China?
The strangest thing I've eaten? Probably turtle soup. But
Like
they
small?
No,
Or like,
So what's
the-
turtle soup? Is it an
the-
actual turtle?
yeah, turtle, but the skin is sort of like,
Gooey?
it's like it's sort of like slime, you know.
Oh.
So it's not the
Pleasant.
best. But they've got this really fatty pork they call koro.
Yeah.
And for like the first 3 or 4 or 5 years, I wouldn't touch it because it's like
It's jelly.
an old fat lady's arse. Like seriously, it's like that cellulite-ish fat. But because they boiled it and they've deep fried it and then they steamed it with taro root with the spices and stuff. The first time I tasted it, and it was on a dare from my wife's uncle, I tasted it, and now that's my favorite food.
Is it?
Oh, it doesn't have the texture of fat. It has
crisps?
it's not crisp either. It's just so good. But I'm sure if I keep eating it, I'm gonna have to get
Yeah.
some stints put in
Yeah.
some.
Fat's the
arteries.
best though, isn't it?
Oh, but that's just it. It's the closest thing to devil food that
Yeah.
you can get to. But they have like cha sao. It's sort of like a sweet ham here, or sao tan, which is like a sort of a barbecued sausage, which is really good. You know, they've got lots of
Yeah.
good food here. That they've got a sweet tooth in China with their meats, which I'm okay with. When I make pizza, I make cha sao pizza.
Oh, really?
You can't buy salami.
No.
There's no pepperoni.
Oh.
You know, so like Pizza Hut for like 2-3 years, they didn't even put tomato paste on their pizzas here.
What was it?
Well, I don't know,
Nothing?
some white sauce.
Oh,
My
that's
God,
not pizza.
no.
So like yeah, so it just wouldn't work. So I was making my own pizzas, and I tried to find salami, I tried to find pepperoni, even
Walmart
ham.
don't do it.
No ham. So I started making with cha sao, and I think it was better with cha sao.
There we
You know how
are.
you say they have a sweet tooth here? I did not like cakes or sweet things until we came to Asia, and like I have developed a sweet tooth
Well,
since being here.
even their bread has sugar in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it smells buttery and sweet.
Well, you can't find real bread.
Yeah,
Well, no, in Walmart they have those big long French
Oh, the
bread
French
type
Yeah.
baguettes,
things. Yeah.
Taste different.
That's good for like dipping in soup and
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
chili or whatever. But as far as bread goes, like
That's it.
I had toast and cheese for breakfast because everything was closed down. I went to my favorite baozi place, and no baozi. Went to my favorite 3 or 4 soup places, all shut down, so I had to go home with my head down. And a couple pieces of toast and some cheese. It's like,
Yeah.
and they're just those
Tiny.
processed cheese
Yeah.
slices.
Oh,
'Cause
American cheese.
Try to find cheese here in China. They're
Near
not
impossible.
They're well.
Is it
I'm
expensive?
sure you can find it, but it's
so they don't eat much cheese here.
no.
Really?
Not big into dairy products. In Northern China they are, but
Yeah.
not here. In
We
Southern
love
China.
cheese.
I know.
I do too.
Yeah.
I miss. That's one of the things I miss here is good cheeses like
Yeah.
blue cheese.
Oh my God, blue cheese
Yeah.
is
The
ridiculous.
stinkier the better.
Exactly.
Is that something you ate when you went home to Canada?
Uh,
Lots of
that's all I
cheese?
eat when
Just
I
a
go.
cheese board.
Yeah, buy a big old block of cheese, and then the next morning you go, I don't think I can. Yeah, it's one of the things. I miss the sandwich meats and stuff like that.
Oh, me too.
You can make an easy little soup and a sandwich.
Yeah, or
It's
like
easy.
a toasty or something.
But here you can go out. I eat lots of soup here.
Yeah.
Just about every.
It's convenient,
every
isn't it? They're everywhere.
It is $1.50,
And
$2.
it's tasty. Fills you up.
10 RMB. I go out to this one baozi place and I buy 2 yumi baozi, corn and pork meat baozi, and dojiang soya milk, and it cost me 5 RMB
Wow.
for breakfast.
That's like
that's
60
one
pence.
buck. That's like what?
60 pence.
50 pence for us.
Yeah, well that's just it. So
It's less than a pound.
you can't. It's hard to spend money here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is sort of nice.
Yeah.
You know,
But it leaves
spend the
money,
money
to
on
do
beer.
beer experiences,
Yeah.
holidays, trips.
Well, and
Exactly.
you can go out and spend all you want on supper, or dinner, there's high-end restaurants
Yeah.
where you can spend 1,000 RMB for 2 people going out. But
Do you think they're worth the money
no,
compared to the
no,
10
no, it's the
RMB?
same. It's the same food, only it's fancy.
Oh, that's
There we are.
exactly the same
We've
as
been
us.
telling everyone this in the comments.
We get like a hard time in the comments. People say we eat like cheap food and it's terrible, but that's
No, it's not.
Exactly.
It's the same shit. There's a all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue and hot pot up in the Mixi, the new Mixi, up in a sort
Yeah.
of a new area of the city. Costs 79 RMB. All you can eat and all you can drink. So you can get in there at 4 o'clock in the
out of these.
afternoon. You can sit there for hours and eat and drink beer.
No
And
time
they've got
limit?
baijiu, and they've got, not for me. I did
Not
it.
for Mr. Nanning.
I did a video in this place right when they opened, and it got 250,000 views in the first day.
Oh
So
my gosh.
they were on Chinese social media, so it just filled up. So the owner liked me so much. Every time I went there after that, you just
Yeah,
eat
it's
whatever you
best
want,
table.
Yeah.
drink whatever. It's, you know, they bring you the big plate of crawdads and stuff like that.
Wow, that
It's like-
sounds
the perks.
but you know, that wears off after a while
Yeah.
too. You know, they say, okay, you're coming every day, Gweilo. And see what.
A nice noise.
So what we've just done would get us thrown out here in Scotland. Now we've come into KFC. We're not ordering anything to eat. We can just sit here and have a drink.
Or 2.
I told them it doesn't matter because people in China don't look at the world the same way as we do. I'm drinking Wusu beer. They're drinking that German stuff. I have no idea why they would drink that. But anyway, it's we're in KFC. Order, don't order, doesn't matter. Have a beer. It's fine. And it's warm in here too.
Shannon's having two.
Cheers.
She's the bad influence. She's got 2 beers. We only have 1 beer. So if you think I'm a bad influence, Shannon is the worst influence I've ever seen in my life.
It's Gweilo getting to know Shannon very quickly. It takes people a long time to know that Shannon's a bad influence.
And
you've worked it out quickly.
and Alan, every time he has like a half a beer, he's got to go to the bathroom. Fuck's sakes, man! Like I'm telling you, this guy has a bladder the size of, well, a half a beer. The idea that they figure that China is some type of authoritarian country. No, I think they've got it backwards. I think they don't understand how China actually is.
And the best thing is the day before New Year and KFC is open, fast food chains never let you down.
No. Always rely on fast food, but yes. So we can sit here, look at the table, we've ordered absolutely nothing, and they're quite happy to have us in here. It's like an open door policy here in China.
And it's warm. And
Yes.
it's warm. Outside it's cold. My nipples are getting hard. Oh, baby. Can you walk in the subway? Can you walk in the subway with a beer in your hand? I think you can. So
Let's taste it.
let's follow this hot little Scottish girl
Yeah,
and
it's
see
on.
and
It's
see
shut. It's shut.
that's your
It's
girlfriend,
closed.
right? Or your
it's closed.
yeah.
Closed.
Let's. Oh, Jesus. We can't go down there.
No.
Son of a bitch. I
Bye,
hate
Kiki.
I hate those people, whoever they are.
KFC?
No,
Well, we're going to tie this video up. Gweilo,
what?
thank you for showing us around today.
Okay.
We're going to have a few more cans. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
So we still have to go this way.
Thank you for watching. Gweilo, say goodbye to Alan and Shannon's channel.
And that's another video from. Peace out, man. Bye now.